Services Appreciation Day. All branches of the military are invited alongside civilian and law enforcement pilots to display their aircraft. Vote for the best civilian aircraft and People's Choice Aircraft Contest. Admission and parking are free. There will be helicopter and airplane rides, food trucks, and live music for all to enjoy. Again, that's March 19th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the University Air Center, where you can fly easy from Gainesville nonstop to Atlanta on Delta Airlines, Charlotte, Dallas, and Miami on American Airlines. Enjoy the fly-in, and remember, you can easily fly in and out to 343 destinations around the world in one stop on American and Delta Airlines. Enjoy the Gator fly-in, and remember to fly easy, fly Gainesville.
Hi, I'm Ryan Chamberlain, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of TPN. TPN is the new alternative to Facebook for those that are tired of being censored, the lack of free speech in our great country, and are looking to share your ideas, passions, dreams, and opinions on a platform that's filled with folks just like you. If you're looking to network and build relationships with those that value faith, family, free enterprise, and free speech, then TPN is your solution. TPN is where all voices are heard and where you can fight back against big tech. Go to www.gettpn.net/radio to download the app now. That's gettpn.net/radio.
Howdy folks, RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char-grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. Coming up in about 10 minutes, we're going to have the folks from the CBD Go store talking the medicinal advantages of CBD. I've used it myself in the last week since I got some stuff from the store. We'll talk about that coming up in about 10 minutes here on the show. But right now I want to talk about the Parental Rights and Education Bill. It was passed and now heads to Governor DeSantis' desk, who suggested he will sign it into law. If so, it goes into effect July 1st. Now, the media, the liberal media, has dubbed it the Don't Say Gay bill. But what the thing that's caused the most contention is the bill that prohibits, the section of the bill that prohibits public school teachers from instruction about sexual orientation and gender identity in the kindergarten through third grade. It's not taught in those classes already, but it limits age appropriate in other grades. It limits it to age appropriate in other grades. Look, I know it's not taught to kindergartners through third graders now in Florida, but it doesn't stop people who have an agenda. And if you think that teachers don't have an agenda, that some teachers don't have an agenda, they do. I taught for 5 years. I can tell you some teachers definitely have agendas that they want to push. And some teachers may want to push the agenda that a third grader needs to know about sex. No, they don't, in my opinion. So the fact that, it just made a law that said, spell it out. It's kind of like, there's an emblem on a hairdryer that says, don't put it in the bathtub because you could die from shock. Just think of this as a safety hazard sticker. Don't talk to kindergartners through third graders about sex and sexual orientation. Let them be kids. By the way, what's wrong with saying if a second grader comes to you as a teacher and goes, hey, little Johnny just come up to me and asked me when I was going to get boobs. What does that mean? What's wrong with saying, Mary, that's a conversation you should have with your mother? What's wrong with that? When did it become the teacher's responsibility to have to talk with little Mary about whether she was getting breast or not? When did that not become the parents' conversation? Where are we at in the society that we think that we need to make it, we need to say it's okay for teachers to tell a second grader about sex? It's not. That's a parent's job. I didn't go to a nun and ask about the birds and the bees when I was in school. I went to my dad and asked him. He said, when I asked him the first time, he goes, stop hanging out with those 14-year-olds. I was 8. 3rd grade. He forbid me to go 2 houses down and hang out with Ralph Farmer because Ralph Farmer was 14. As a father should have. If I'd have went to one of the nuns and said, hey, and asked her about that, she'd have said, Mr. Schmitz, that is something you should talk to your parents about. Because it is. And that's what this bill says. This bill says that it shouldn't be classroom instruction or classroom discussion. It should be a parental discussion. And the fact that you have to pass bills like that, you have to, because make sure that teachers know categorically it's not their place to talk about sex and sexual orientation with a child that's 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. Well, Tom, they don't talk about it now. They don't teach it now. I promise you the conversation comes up because the little kid will ask any damn thing. Out of the mouths of babes. Have you ever heard that statement? They'll ask you anything. Hey, Miss So-and-so, I walked in on my daddy and mommy this morning, and this is what I saw. You think that conversation doesn't happen in elementary school? It does. Well, little Johnny, what you saw, I think, is something you should discuss with your mom and dad. It's not appropriate to discuss here with me as your teacher. There's the answer. The fact that we had to pass a law for people to realize there's the answer is amazing to me. But it's also, amazing that you got to put a sticker on a hairdryer that says, don't dry your hair in the bathtub. Don't eat yellow snow. It's the same thing. Don't discuss sex and sex orientation with an 8-year-old, 7-year-old, 6-year-old, 5-year-old. What's so hard about that? And I know the LGBT community and everything's freaking out that this is going to quash, set them back 20 years. No, it's not. Do you know how many 8-year-old or 7-year-old girls think they're boys and 7-year-old boys think they're girls because of how they play and the friends they're around and everything, and they still sort it out when they get 11, 12, 13 years old? Wait, how many? Oh, yeah, all of them. You don't need to lead them down one path or another. That's the parent's job to give them that education. It's not a teacher's job, in my opinion, to discuss sex and sexual orientation at the 3rd grade, 2nd grade, 1st grade, or kindergarten level. And now there's a law that says so if the governor signs it. I'm so okay with that. Now, I'm also okay with sex education. Because when the hormones get to raging, they're 12, 13, 14 years old, if they hadn't had the conversation with mom and dad yet, they need the conversation. Well, I'm attracted to this sex or I'm attracted to that sex. That's sex ed in the middle schools and high school, that's a whole different conversation. But the language in this bill that upsets so many people is that they're upset that teachers will be forbidden to give instruction about sexual orientation and gender identity to kids in kindergarten through the 3rd grade. They need to be learning about colors, the alphabet, adding, subtracting, multiplying. They need to learn how to socialize properly so that they don't end up being bullies. They need proper etiquette on playgrounds, how to sit in chairs and how to have a conversation with an adult and with other students that is not one that is disruptive. That's what you need to teach kindergarten through third grade. You don't need to teach them about sexual orientation or gender identity. That's a little later discussion in life. Hey, little Johnny, where's the blue Legos and the yellow Legos? I don't know, but I feel like a girl. Teacher, help me out with that. That's not a conversation a 5-year-old's having with a teacher. Those conversations, if they get started in the classroom, should always be handled with this. It's very easy. Little Johnny, that's a subject you should discuss with your parents or your parent. That's a parent's job, not a teacher's job. A teacher's job is to educate about scholastics, grammar, math, science, history, not sex, especially not sex to kindergartners through the third grade. Take a break, come back. CBD, we'll talk CBD. I had a just malfunction there in my brain. We'll talk CBD and how the effects of it are actually giving me a pretty good week. We'll do that next, right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA. The Source.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. It's time to get that new look started. Let's get rid of those sun-damaged ends and faded out color and get into something rich and vibrant. Humidity is not your hair's friend. It causes your hair to capture moisture and leaves it looking dry and unhealthy. Hello Gorgeous is a certified Brazilian blowout salon. We can tame those locks, leaving your hair healthy and shiny with a Brazilian smoothing treatment. So let us help you make a great first impression. Call us today to set your appointment at Hello Gorgeous. Our number is 352-351-5358. Again, that's 352-351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. 351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is conveniently located in the heart of downtown Ocala. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351